Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 2 in the semifinals. I'm Rifkin, casting all morning today, and, well, the rest of today with Zombie Grub. Thank you very much for tuning in. And spawning in the bottom right corner of the map, it's going to be Axiom Beta, better known as Axiom's Ryung.
In the top left, as the red Zerg, it is Spreeezy.
So, Spreeezy very well may just be straight up saying, I'm Zerg, I'm going to abuse all these cool things I have access to. But the thing that I think hurts most about this, and whether this is incidental or coincidental, Ryung doesn't know anything about Legacy of the Void. It's the first time playing, so he definitely doesn't know about these Ravager timings or Ravager rushes, and I'm sure he's been told about them, but unless you experience them, you don't really know them. So that may have been his, in fact, that actually I think was his first experience realizing, oh, A, these units are really dangerous, and B, they come really quick.
Well, we did have a pull first and a gas into a hatchery, so I think he's going to be aggressive again. I don't want to be giving this guy a reputation after only 2 games, but I have a feeling if you asked Ian what happened, he'd probably say that there were some cheeses as well. And hopefully Miso is watching as he's waiting in the finals for the last best of 5 and noting what Spreeezy is doing. Because Ryung, I mean, a TVT, I mean, he just defeated MMA. You know, he's probably feeling confident about that. But TVZ, he might know that, you know, cheeses can still surprise you.
That's good. I just feel like that's the case. Like, that's just such a general statement. Like, these specific cheeses are a different case, but like, yeah, cheeses can always catch you off guard. Even the best of players, Heart of Swarm, Legacy of the Void, it doesn't really matter. But we do have some links coming across the map to be initially annoying. There's going to be a Marine or 2 to deal with it, but you might lose some SCVs to hold on to this natural base, pardon me, because he doesn't have the bunker done just yet.
Look at that. See, it's just a regular old Baneling bus, but it is a Baneling bus. Now, the problem with this is that if Ryung does get Hellions, then those technically can deal with 2 base Baneling bus. Like, they're pretty good.
I remember first time I got Baneling bust on that ladder, I was just like, man, really? It's the beta. Like, try some new things, why don't you? Hit me with Ravagers. I'd much rather die to a Ravager rush than a classic old Baneling bust. Get a life.
I think the first week everyone should try the new things, but eventually you do have to test the old strengths. So
yeah, you see how the economy affects the
reasonable.
Like, yeah.
I still hate cheesing though, because I spent all this time getting the macro up and ready. It's a lot better in Legacy of the Void, to be honest, because I don't spend all the freaking time getting the SCVs, getting the command center. But then you just bust me, all right? I didn't even get my fun yet.
I feel like going back to that point we talked about a few weeks ago about you being like a wife of somebody. It's like, he's been all day slamming over the hot wall, and you just gotta come in and break it? This is ridiculous.
It's basically exactly what it is, though.
You never clean up either. Okay, Banelings are enough to bust through the wall. The question is, will there be enough lings to really cause us to end the game? And for Ryung, this is not looking so great. He's only just getting the Hellions out.
Yeah, that's the big problem. So while he might buy time on the natural because he's got the more Banelings to break the main base, that's a lot of dead SCVs, the mules, the supply depots.
Yeah, if he had seen this coming too, he would have pulled back to the main. He would have been no problem. He's throwing on double starports, so 2-port Banshee to save his ass, maybe?
I guess.
No, against the second one, okay.
It's just too bad those Hellions came out so late, because, you know, if he has 4 Hellions, then this is, you know, definitely okay. It's just doable.
Yeah. I mean, it's gotta be a little sad for Ryung too. You're like, I got into the semifinals of the OlimoLeague. I'm kicking ass in the beta. It's my first time. Boom, cheese. Boom, second cheese.
I guess we're gonna see what Spreeezy can do in the macro game after this, though. Well, yes, you got a lot of SCVs. You're still up against a Terran player, you know, with good control and Banshees that you might not be ready for.
True enough.
I mean, this might be where Ryung comes back in this game, depending on how good Spreeezy is after he cheeses. I'm just so surprised that Spreeezy didn't continue to cheese. But as I noticed, he did not have enough gas to make more than 2 more Banelings.
Well, I think one of the things too is like this third base could both be a huge benefit or a hindrance, right? Like this is a very exposed target. It's a whole nother can of worms to defend this if you've got a Banshee going in the main at the same time. And I mean, he's got to predict that there's something coming up behind this. He doesn't know that it's cloaked Banshee per se, but it's still he's not even well guarded versus the Hellions should they decide to just break out of the base.
Yeah, a little bit of supply block as well. I think Ryung can do this. He definitely can. The Banshee comes out. It's going to scout forward to see that, you know, make sure there's not 30 lings waiting to capture those Hellions. Always a safe move. Now, there are some lings to the left that I think are really well placed. Oh, but nice Ryung checks there.
I guess the Baneling. Lings are going to get away, sadly, but still clears the path. However, not exactly like there's a third CC to float over, and the Overlord's just sitting on top of the production. So, while Spreeezy initially didn't know what was coming, he is fully aware that there's only Hellions and Banshees in play.
But he has to spend so much on, you know, stack defense here. A lot of support pillars just went down. He doesn't have a lot of queens with transfuses because he was on, you know, 2 bases for so long.
Right, and I think that's where this falls apart. There's so many Hellions, right? I mean, if there's a lot of transfuses on 4 queens, they fight for days. But these Hellions, if they don't focus the queen, they might just say screwing over the mineral line. There are enough of them to cause very severe damage. In fact, just point back some of the weak ones. Queen gonna go down, no transfuse available as he pointed out. Mineral line now compromised. Spreeezy, oh, he may have killed a lot of STVs, but Ryung is getting some payback, and he's doing it with fire, the best kind of payback. Ling's starting to pop out, but Ling's, I don't know, man. There's so many Hellions.
Yeah, this might be a game for Spreeezy. I mean, his follow-up wasn't... I mean, his follow-up should have been another all-in, to be honest. I don't know why he didn't do it. I guess he thought Banshees would be out already or something.
One good all-in deserves another.
Yeah, of course, of course. And the roaches are now going to be on the way, but you lost most of your queens, so what are you going to do about that?
Well, his drones, he's down 17 workers to 3 bases. I mean, pardon me, but I'm not too optimistic about his economy taking him anywhere in this game.
Yeah. Banshee's going to cover the Lings coming up the ramp, try and save everything. The roaches do pop out, and there are enough spore crawlers that's going to actually dissuade the Hellions from sticking around. But yeah, the Banshee's getting the roach here.
They could actually sit on top of the roach horn and kill it too. Hold position away from it. Yep, there we go. Or he's going to turn around because he's perhaps... Let's get back at home. Third CC and not a whole lot else. So I guess maybe the Banshees might be used defensively while the Hellions continue to make sure that drone count is culled. As, oh gosh. Spreeezy hit him hard in game 1. He opened up strong here in game number 2, but there's just no follow-up to it.
Yeah, gonna lose his third, it looks like, because he doesn't have anything to help. The roaches can't shoot up, unless you're in a Ravagers. They can shoot up, but it's very hard to hit anything that moves faster than Overlord.
And it moves faster than a tank sieged up. Alright, so the third base is gonna die. Dipped in and killed those drones, so no retreating. Still on 19 workers. And Spreeezy, I mean, if he doesn't, he might still fight just because he's got Ravagers, but I mean, he's going to have to tap out at some point. It is virtually over. For Ryung, I mean, I don't know how you even throw it at this point. You know, knock on wood.
I don't think there is a way. There's no Banelings that can, you know, really create varied games with a good Baneling hits or a burrowed Baneling. There's no burrow, which if, you know, if I was Ryung right now, I'd be like, oh, that would be like a really good follow-up into burrowed roaches after a Baneling bust. I'd really, you know, just abuse everything that you possibly can. But Ryung might not even be thinking about that because he doesn't know.
Oh, there we go. GG. More Hellions. How many drones actually did? 28. Okay. So there really wasn't that many drones in the first place to die. Well, that'll send us sailing into map number 3. We're